let me get in this trade real quick. Let's see, put TP here.
Order filled.
Fuck. Yo. Yeah, damn. God damn. Yo, what is up, guys? Today we're breaking down this week of trading, and today is May 7th, and I'm breaking down the May 4th to May 8th. I am up this week. I am calling it off. Today is Thursday, like I said. I'm not trading tomorrow because I'm doing well, so I'm just gonna call it a week. I'm still trading tomorrow, but I'm gonna be forward testing it on paper. My predictions for tomorrow is that I think we're just gonna be at all-time highs, and then yeah, the market's gonna keep ripping. And usually when we're at all-time highs, I don't trade, so I feel like I'm not even gonna trade anyways. But I am still gonna show up and still put in work. But since I'm doing well, I am going to not trade. There is also another reason, but I am gonna break that down in another video. Breaking down some stats. This week I am up 900 pretty much, and my trade win percentage is 66.67. Average win to loss is 1.71, and then profit factor 3.41. Yeah, I only traded 3 days, and honestly, yeah, you don't really need to trade every day. You can just take 1 or 2 trades a week, and as long as you're winning, then you're gonna be up. Monday I did take a loss. Tuesday I saw no trades, and then yeah, Wednesday, Thursday I did take a trade. First I'm gonna break down the trade, and later I'm gonna go through the videos. So this is May 4th, this is Monday, and we're at all-time highs. The blue line is all-time highs, and since I trade ICT, I just mark out draws on liquidity. So I mark out the swing lows, swing highs, and then I want to see what happens on these draws. Pretty sure I was bullish because I did take a long, and yeah, I'm gonna go to 1 minute chart. But I think from just looking at this, we do have a bullish SMT from down here because ES took out all these lows right here, and then NASDAQ is still right here. So ES took out all these lows while NASDAQ is still like up here. We also have a bearish SMT though because NASDAQ took out the all-time highs. So I was kind of like have a loose bias. So we did dump, and then we did recover out the whole move. So that's why I was still kind of leaning into a bullish narrative. I just saw that we did go up higher. We had equal highs over here, and since we did take it out on NASDAQ over here, I was waiting for my sequence like I always do. Once the market takes out a draw, like right here, I draw a line right there, and then I want to see what happens on that draw. So either if I see a reaction and we're just going down, I might just short it. And if we resoup the high like we did, and then we go down lower and we respect it, then I'm gonna short. But depending on my narrative, if I'm like short, then I'm gonna short. But since I was like more interested in longs, and we also had a gap here, we also have all-time highs right here, I did try to long it, and eventually we did actually go to the all-time highs, but the market conditions wasn't the best today. We did soup out this high, we started going lower, and then we were disrespecting it, and then I decided to long. I also saw ES had this equal highs right here. It was very close to it, so I thought it would be a good trade. But the only thing that I did wrong about today is that we were chopping so much, and ES was just like kind of like grinding to the equal highs. So I should have gotten out, or I shouldn't have gotten into the trade because ES was really close to the equal highs. And normally I do take this type of trade, but since we were just grinding into it and it looked very choppy, then I should have avoided the trade. Normally, if we put in equal highs like right on market open and then we reject and later come up to it, then I'll take the trade. But since we're just like slowly grinding up to it, and yeah, I just lost because it was very grindy and it wasn't the best conditions today. All right, here is the live trade. So we do have the soup sequence right here. So we have this line that we did take it out, and then we resoup this high, which is this red line right here. We resoup it, and then we start rejecting. So I'm honestly bullish, so I'm waiting for a disrespect like what we're doing now. We go up, we disrespect it, and we fail the disrespect and then long. So this is what I did. That's pretty much what I did right here. We go up higher, we disrespect it and long, because I saw ES has equal highs and I thought we are just bullish on the day. But since we're just like very choppy, and that is why I lost today. Honestly, I got stopped up pretty instantly right here, and I did lose about, I think, 300 something on the trade. Yeah, so it did flip, and then I lost the trade. Going to Wednesday's trade, because I did skip Tuesday, this is the trade where you guys saw in the beginning where I just instantly won. This trade, honestly, kind of lucky, but at the same time, it was just my discretion, and I was just bearish on the day. And to be honest, we were just going at all-time highs, so probably that's not the best thing to do. But this whole week, I've been shorting. At least 2 out of 3 days, I've been shorting, even though we're at all-time highs. And pretty much what I see here is that like we have all-time highs right here. We swept it in the pre-market right here, and I just thought that, okay, we swept it and now we're just gonna go back down. So that's what I was thinking. And we had bullish SMT in the morning that was failing, so that's why I was more shorts. And we also had a gap down here that we didn't fill yet, that just created, so I was thinking that we're gonna be bearish. Market opens. I guess the first sign right here was that we just like fully disrespected that candle, and we also took out like a draw like a tiny draw or like a big candle, and I was like, okay, that's weird. And then we start going up higher. I'm like, okay, maybe we just want to go up higher just to like take out draws and then we're gonna dump. But we actually didn't. This kept going up higher, and then I realized that okay, I think we're actually gonna be bullish, and I ended up fading all the trades that were bullish or like the long trades. And then I was still trying to look for longs. I had my sequence right here again, the reversal sequence right here. So we have the high, we take out the high, we have bearish system T, and then we resoup the high, and then we start delivering lower. So since I was bearish on the day, I had my sequence right here. It resouped the high, it was going down, and then I shorted. So if I was actually bullish, I'll wait for the disrespect of this and then long. So technically this could be like the disrespect if I was bullish. I waited for this and then I longed. But since I was bearish on the day, I was continuing this trend right here. And that's pretty much what I did, but I also traded on the NASDAQ. I was bearish on the day, but I switched my bias to bullish because I kept seeing that we were just like, this going higher. What I saw was that I saw this reversal sequence. I was assuming that we're going to fail it because we were just bullish. And we have this equal highs up here on NASDAQ. I was going to wait for a bearish disrespect and then long, like right here. But all I saw here was that we just kept going down. And I'm like, okay, this is probably going to be FOMO, and then we're just going to be longing. We had a bullish S&T right here, and then it failed, right? I just keep seeing bearish candles. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure we're going to go up higher. We go down lower, we get another bullish S&T, and then we just go up one candle, and also ES is looking weak. And then we flip bearish, and we just engulf this this green candle right here, and then we just started going lower. So that's when I shorted, and I got TP. And I got very lucky on the trade because my narrative was not the greatest because obviously we're bullish, but my execution was just very fast that I got lucky on the trade. I felt like this day I so like understood like the narrative, and I understood my execution like properly, and that I got lucky on the trade. That's why I only target 30 points. Depending on the trade, sometimes I target more. We're actually just like bullish, and I just faded all the trades. So I got to ask myself, why did I fade these like good trades in the beginning and just have a better like narrative in the start? Yeah, and here is the live trade. So I put stop loss up there, 28 points, and then yeah, I don't know. It was kind of ridiculous. I was in the trade for like 2 seconds. I started this before, but I think I was in the trade for like 5 seconds. I don't know what it was. Yeah, I was in the trade for 8 seconds, and it just won super quick, which is this crazy. That's honestly how my trading should be. Like I just get in the trade, and it is an instant TP, or like in 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes, and that's like that's great. Because when you're in the trade longer, you're just gonna have more like thoughts on your head, like, oh, is this trade gonna work or is this not gonna work? That's why I don't like taking like long trades. Of course, if you're trying to hold longer runners and have like proper draws, then it makes sense, and you're gonna have to deal with that. But it is a very nice feeling when you're just in the trade and then you're just like getting TP in like 1 or 2 minutes, and you're just done in the day, and you can just do whatever the fuck you want to do, right? Breaking out the Thursday trade, which is today, I did win, and I won 600. Let me zoom into the bigger time frames real quick. So 15-minute chart. Right here, that blue line is the all-time highs. So right here on the previous day, we had this all-time highs, and we swept it, and then the pre-market we had made a new all-time highs, and now we're just like going down. But the thing is, right here we do have a little discrepancy right here, and we also have a lot of like liquidity down here. So, and we also have this bullish SMT. So honestly, I was kind of like, I had a loose bias. I wasn't really too sure, but since we did sweep it right here, this all-time highs right here on NASDAQ and not ES, I was kind of like leaning a bit bearish, but at the same time we're at all-time highs, so I can't like rule it out. This is ES all-time highs, and this is NASDAQ's all-time highs, and then we swept it and made a new high on NASDAQ. So we had this bearish SMT, and then it delivered us lower, right? But it didn't like, we didn't full dump, so I was still kind of like leaning bullish, or like I had a loose bias. And then market opens, what do we do? So we have this equal highs right here on ES, and we have it right here on NASDAQ. So this is a small tiny draw right here that I had. What do we do in the morning? We just go up higher, and we have this, we just made equal highs with that like tiny draw, right? And then we also have a bearish SMT in the morning right here. We had it already in the pre-market. This high took out this high, and ES hasn't, so it would have looked like this, and it is kind of delivering us lower. But we also have this bullish SMT right here, bullish SMT, and right now we're just like chopping in the market. So what I wanted to see was that once we take this draw, this tiny draw right here, I want to see what happens. We take this draw, I want to see my sequence. I have my reversal sequence, right? I have my draw right here, and then we soup it. I kind of wanted to see longs and see a disrespect and then long to the all-time highs or something. But ES had a different narrative. It had a different story. We started going down lower and it was just bearish. So I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. We're going up on NASDAQ. We're going lower on ES. And then we swept out these lows. We have bullish S&T, but we also have bearish S&T right here. So I want to see what plays out because I don't really know what we're doing. I don't know if we're gonna be shorts or longs, but I can see that we have a lot of generated like LR down here that we could take out, and also on NASDAQ right here, this little trend line right here that we could take out. So I was kind of like, I didn't really know too much. I was just kind of waiting and seeing what the market was doing. So we go up, we have the reversal sequence up here. We go up, we take out this draw right here, or like after we take out the draw, and then we start dumping a little bit. But I'm thinking this might be like a kind of manipulation for us to go higher since ES is going down. So ES is going down, we have this bullish S&T. It's a bit tricky to explain, but we're reversing off of NASDAQ, and I'm thinking that we're still gonna be bullish. But I wanna see what happens on ES. So we have this lower here, and then we sweep it. We have bullish S&T as well. So I'm just thinking that, okay, we're just in a long. But instead, we have this bullish candle right here, and then the next candle, we run up, and then we sweep out this high right here, or this little internal, which is that is SMT. That high right here is this high on NASDAQ. So it will look something like this. So we sweep out this high. So it was like this. So once I saw that, I'm like, okay, I think we're actually gonna be bearish now. And we also just flip bearish. I think there's a candle missing here. Why are we still missing that candle? What the fuck is going on? We're missing a candle right here, so it looks a bit weird here. So we actually didn't take the draw yet, but we run up and then we flip bearish. We have this SMT right here that we took out, and then also on NASDAQ we flip bearish too. We were actually running up and then we flip bearish, and I'm like, okay, I think we're gonna short. And then I entered my short like all the way right here, like where you guys see it. It was kind of late because I was trying to like record the screen and stuff, so it was a bit late. But it should have been like about here. And then my TP would have been like right at this internal right here. So because it's a bit dangerous to target lower, because you never know, it can like this resoup this and then go up higher. But I was already just bearish, and sometimes, you know, you just gotta hold the trade and just kind of like sell up because you're just scared of like some internals. At this point in time, when we swept this, it was looking good. Right now, ES hasn't taken out this draw yet. So once ES took out that draw, then I'll be like, okay, I'm scared. But since we didn't take that draw yet, we're very close to that external here. So I was like, okay, I think we're pretty sure we're gonna get that draw. And then 9:45, that's when I took the draw, and then I got out. But I was already at 30 points. So yeah, that's where I got out. All right, here's a live trade. So it already went down so much, and then I was like pretty late to the trade. You see how it flipped bearish? I was supposed to already get in, but it already was so quick that I was just a bit late. I got a bit scared because like I was like, damn, maybe I'm a bit too late for the trade, but I already liked it so much that I just had to get in. I don't care what, even if I was a bit late. My stop loss was already pretty good as well. I didn't even change my stop loss, but it's supposed to be up there. I changed it later, but it's supposed to be above the rebalance. Yeah, I changed my stop loss. I was like, I gotta put my stop loss to proper place, because what if I get stopped out for no reason? So then I changed it, and then we just started dumping. And then, yeah, right here we dump, and that was the trade. 30 points. And that was TP. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm up $889 this week, and what I like to say in every single video, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Keep staying disciplined, keep staying consistent, and let's just get 1% better every day. And I'll see you in the next one.